Hey guys, Spelltie here. Before we continue on, I just want to say, we were doing, as we were going through the memory lane thing, I noticed the camera randomly just cut off for whatever reason. So, this is probably going to be a two-parter unless I'm able to put both of the parts together. But if I can't, blame my phone because my phone just randomly did that shit to me while I was recording. So, yeah. And, yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, yeah, I don't know what else I can say besides, yeah. Anyways, back to the memory lane thing, and hopefully it doesn't cut off again while recording this shit. Oh, yeah, forgot about one more thing. You probably would have said, yo, why don't you just restart it? The episode was like almost 20 minutes long, and we haven't even gotten into the merge portion of the memory thing. So, hell no. I'm not restarting it. So, yeah. We're gonna continue, and if it cuts off again, I'm gonna start screaming. So, yeah. I'll see you guys throughout the episode. Alright, next up is the last of the winners. Yeah. Well, can't say much about you since we never really played. Well, we did play in season 2, but we were on different teams, and I was voted off early on in season 2, thanks to your alliance. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I can't really say much about you. And, yeah, we were never on the same team, but based off of what I've heard, once we got to merge, you were kind of mid as a player this season, so yeah, you kind of flopped. Sorry, dude. Well, I can actually speak about you. Season 2, we were together. Too bad we were on different sides of the war. And, yeah. Season 3, we were on the same team, but I was booted off early on, which you played a part of. And this season, we were never on the same team, unfortunately. And, yeah, sorry, dude. Yup, and it's time to round out the last of the pre-mergers. BSM. Yup, oh, fuck. Yup, BSM. I don't remember much from you, BSM. I know we were in season 2 together. But we were never on the same team, so I can't really say anything about that. Season 3, we were both early boots, so we never really talked to each other. This season, I think we were only on the same team whenever, As Your Mind Sky flipped on us. But even then, we were against each other. And then, at the final swap before the merge, I think we were on the same team, but we were against each other, so I had to take you out, so sorry. And you were cool. You were cool to be around, and the same thing goes with your boyfriend, typical type, so see ya. Honestly, can't really say a thing about you since we were never on the same team at all throughout the season. We were together in season 2, but 1, different teams, and 2, I was voted off early on, so, yeah. Well, we went through all those guys, so now we just gotta start off with the merge people. Starting off with SWAT Cop. Well, SWAT Cop, I can't really say much about you. We were on the same team, yes, but we never really worked together besides, actually, yeah, we did work together, but mostly because you and Chicken Engineer were kept flipping sides. And even then, you were just a sheep for him until he got out, and then as soon as he got out, you were just kind of there, to my knowledge. So, yeah, see ya, man. Honestly, same thing. There's not much I can really say about you, really. All I can say was we worked together for like a vote this season, and yeah, I can't think of anything else. all I just remember you for is you were just Chicken Engineer's dick rider. So yeah, see ya. Just so you guys can know, my legs are so, oh my god, bro. Just so you guys know, my legs are so flinties, so it's kind of hard for me to stand up. So for the rest of the time, I'm just gonna be sitting down. So just pretend like I'm sitting, I guess. I don't fucking care. Anyways, 1x. Yep, he was basically my ride or died throughout the game, or at least throughout the pre-merge portions and the early merge. Sucks to see you go, but at some point I was gonna flip on you, and I'm sure you're gonna try to flip on me at some point as well. So it's fair game, but I lost you at the wrong timing. It sucks that you fell to Blister Warrior, but mind you, most of us fell to him, but it's okay. We took him down for you, and you're welcome. 1x. We were on different sides of the war. I was on the heroes, you were on the villains. On our team. We weren't on the same team throughout the swap. And yeah. And we eliminated you, 1x, because we did not know about Blister Warrior's true colors yet. So, sorry, dude. Alright, well, we're here. Yeah. But where is Stripes' statue at? If I were you, I would look up. Wait, what? Oh, son of a bitch. Alright. Guess we're gonna have to climb up. Here I go. Oh, God. Eric. Get your fat ass up. We gotta continue with the thing. No. Alright, finally, I made it up here. Oh, wait, aren't I an admin? I could just fly up there. Why couldn't you do that for me? Shut up. Anyways. Stripes. First of all, move out of the fucking way. Alright, anyways. Yeah, stay back there. Stripes. What can I say about you? Well, we were never really on the same team. That's what I can say. It was only until the merge where I actually had the chance to talk to you. But even then, we never really talked much since you had your own little side. I was on my own side. And you got taken out. You got taken off by, I don't know who voted for you, honestly. And you weren't even supposed to go home at the round that you got out. It was supposed to be Mr. Bling Bling. But even then, you were still not going, but Blister War and Mr. Bling Bling pulled out the idols, and 2 random people threw votes on you to take you out. Which, I don't understand why you got out, but, oh well, it's a game, and, damn. Sucks to be you, but you seemed cool, I guess, so goodbye. Ow. Well, I can finally say what I gotta say. Stripes. Honestly, just like Eric, we were never on the same team this season. Oh god, fuck. Yeah, we were never really on the same team this season. We only really talked around merge, but even then, we were on our own sides. And you got taken out, unfortunately, by 2 idol plays. So yeah, sorry dude, you just got caught you just so happened to get caught in the crossfire of the war. So yeah, goodbye. Ow. Well, we got Mr. Bling Bling next. Yup. You played really good this season, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. You were pretty good. And I'm honestly surprised about that too. Especially since you were usually almost always an early boot. Season 2, you made it pretty far because you kept being the Idol King for some reason. And this season, you actually played pretty good, from what I've heard. So Good job. Good job. You actually played a good game for once. Yeah, a good game for once. Anyways, you were honestly kind of annoying. I'm kind of surprised you made it as far as you did. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say. Well, yeah. Yeah, goodbye. Mr. Bling Bling. We were together in season 2. You were Idol King. You were Mr. Idol King Bling. God damn, I'm forgetting my lines, aren't I? But anyways, you were good, but you played decent, I guess. So you just kind of got brought into this cast for some reason. But you proved to be wrong. You were pretty good, especially around the merge portion, since we never really talked together in the pre-merge since we were on different teams. But you were pretty good. You were actually pretty good as a player. So you doubted me. Yeah, you proved me wrong. What the fuck am I saying? Doubted me? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, you proved me wrong. And yeah, goodbye. We're just trying to get this shit done and over with. Yup, you heard me. I'm trying to get this shit done and over with. Even if I didn't fuck up the recording, this would still be like 40 minutes long. Okay, maybe not 40 minutes, but at least like 35 minutes. Oh, great. We gotta climb up there. You know what? Just teleport us up there, Eric. Fine. Come on, let's go. Alright, we're here. Oh, wait. Why is Blue Steel Warrior here, too? Oh, if you're wondering why. It's because these 3 were basically eliminated right before the arc or during the arc. So, yeah. We're just getting this done before we reach the endgame portion of the season. Oh, alright then. Anyways, let's begin with Doge. Doge, we were never really on the same team until the merge. And in the merge, you were just kind of with Eric, so, ow, fuck. And we had a secret alliance, and you ended up getting eliminated by the secret alliance because of typical type and merely. So, yeah, sorry, dude. Alright, Alex, you're next. We worked together. We worked together throughout the merge because of Mr. Bling Bling. But even then, you were going home soon. But we decided to spare you for one more round. So, yeah, you're welcome. And lastly, Blue Steel Warrior. This is a real Blue Steel Warrior, but fake Blue Steel Warrior in the season. So, fake Blue Steel Warrior, fuck you for everything you put me through. You gave me a scar in my stomach, which I still have to this day. So, with all due respect. Actually, no. Without all due respect. Fuck you. And real Blue Steel Warrior, you're him. You're truly him. So anyways, goodbye. Oh, I haven't went through these guys yet. Anyways. Doge. Again, we weren't really on the same teams until the merge, and at first we weren't working together, but we started working together. But then I voted you off just because of the secret alliance that we had, and merely wanted you gone. And since typical type also wanted you gone, that just sealed your fate right there, then and there. Alex, you were honestly kind of boring to talk to. We played together in season 2. You were just so boring to me. You were kind of boring to me. And this season, I don't think we were on the same teams until the merge, I want to say. But even then, you were boring. I didn't really care much about you. So, yeah. You're literally just a hero who's trying to be a villain, which, spoiler alert, you're not really that good of a villain. Just stick to what you are as a player. Fake Blue Steel Warrior, fuck you, I'm moving on. Wait, why did we get teleported here? Well, the reason why you guys got teleported here is because we're basically at the end game portions of the season, so the last 6 people are on this bed right here. Well, besides Merely, because he can't even stand up correctly on the bed, so Merely's off to a different place, so I'm gonna teleport you guys where Merely's at, and then we'll teleport you guys back here just to meet up to As Your Mind's Guy's statue. So yeah, let's just get this shit done and over with. Chop chop, guys. Alright, guys, fine, whatever. Typical type. Honestly, at first, whenever it was Final 8, I was gonna flip, me and Shadow, we were gonna flip towards you guys. But you were honestly such a cocky player, and you were honestly kind of an asshole too, while trying to convince me and Shadow, so that's why we booted you off. So yeah, goodbye. Typical type, you were cool as a person. Unfortunately, the game got to your head. Unfortunately, due to Beeson being gone for a while, and the game getting into your head, the game just kind of got to your head, and you started becoming so cocky and started doing moves that was against your best interest. So, yeah, sorry, dude. It's had to happen to you. Alright, next up, Defaultio. Alright, Defaultio. We had a lot in common. Too bad we didn't really start working together. Well, we kind of worked together the Red Knight elimination, but too bad we never really worked together until around the merge, where we found out stuff about fake Bluester Warrior, and with that information, we made a pact together. You and Merely made a pact together, but I joined it, and we also got Shadow and Eric with us. We had a pact together, and in the end, that pact was able to finally take down that asshole. But unfortunately, it was a game, so I wanted to play the game, and you were honestly a threat, so you and Merely were a duo, and you guys were threats, so at the end of the day, we decided to take you out, because you were the more aware. You were more of a threatening player of the two, especially since you're more socially aware than him. So, sorry, man. You were cool. It would have been cool if we worked together earlier in the season, but it was fun working with you while it lasted. So, sorry, guy. Sorry, man. You'll be missed. Default dance. You're not fucking funny. Shut up! Anyways. Defaultio. Huh. We never really worked together until the merge, I want to say. Right? The merge? Yeah. Around merge. Actually, no. We were on the same... We were working together since at the beginning. We were on the same team. I forgot about that. But I feel so bad that we kept blaming you for stuff that you didn't do as being the one trying to flip on us, even though it was fake Bluester War the entire time. But hey, at least we found out. We ended up sticking together, and at the merge, we had a secret alliance to take out Bluester Warrior. But unfortunately, Prisoner and Shadow flipped, which eliminated you. I'm sorry, man. But hey, at least I made it to the end, so we'll try to win for you, dude. Goodbye. Alright, next to Shadow and Shelixki, and yes, we're hurrying this shit up, so next up would be Merely and Azramonska, and they're gonna be together. So deal with it. Fight me, Koopa. Looking at you, Koopa. I'm joking, Koopa. Anyways, come on, let's go now. Shadow and Shelixki. Shadow, we worked together throughout the season. It was fun while we worked together. Yeah. At the merge, we had a secret alliance. But then we chose to flip on that alliance to take out the Defaultio. Only for the very next round, we chose to go for each other, which, mind you, that was a good move on your part, and you would have taken me out right here, and I would have been the statue over here instead of you if I didn't have that idol. So, sorry, dude. But you got played by me. By the idol. And Shelixki, can't really say much about you. We never really worked together like that. Well, besides the Defaultio elimination. And, yeah. Yeah, you were cool, I guess. And goodbye. Ow! Anyways. Shadow. We have such a long history. A history that goes back all the way to Season 2. Season 2, I led my alliance while you led yours. And at the merge at Final 5, you idled me out. Season 3. I was coming in for vengeance after you. Me and Drift. But you got the numbers to take us out as the first 2 boots. This season, this season, we were against each other. And then, we were against each other throughout the pre-merge. At merge, we were also against each other until that secret alliance that we had. But then you and Prisoner flipped on us. And we worked together to try to take out Prisoner, which failed. So, yeah. It would have been cool if I finally took you out. But I was going to take you off soon enough. But I wasn't going to since Prisoner was the... Why? What? Sorry about that, viewers. Anyways, like I was saying, Shadow, it would have been cool if I finally took you down this season, but I didn't go for you because Prisoner was the bigger threat of the 2. And yeah, you got added out because of him. And Shellexy, we worked together throughout the season. We worked together throughout pre-merge. At the swap, I was gonna flip on you for Drift as your Mind's Guy and Dragon Girl, which, damn, that worked out so well for me. At merge, we were working together again until we had that secret alliance, so we split off from you guys. And then we could have worked together to take down Prisoner, but you and Merely decided to make the stupidest move. Well, mostly you, basically going, if he wins the challenge, I'm not gonna work with you guys, bro, or some shit like that. Why would you say that, first of all? Which caused the rivalry with you and Merely, and we had to boot you 2 off. Me and As Your Mind's Guy had to boot you 2 off the next 2 rounds. So I'm sorry, but you kind of screwed yourself over at that final 5 round. Ow. Now, lastly, you 2. Like I said, this is taking way too fucking long. And I want to get to the finale part, so we're just going to speedrun this. Anyways. Merely! You weren't that bad of a player. Only problem is your emotions. You're such an emotional player that it's crazy. And if you play emotionally, there's a chance where you're gonna just flame out early on, which I'm surprised that didn't happen, because realistically that should have happened, but it didn't for some reason. So yeah. And As Your Mind's Guy, you were cool. You were a great guy, honestly. We never really worked together since we were on different sides of the battle, besides that defaultio round. And we also kind of worked together to take out Merely and Shed. So, yeah. Anyways, you were cool, and yeah, goodbye. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this over with. Merely, you were you were my closest ally throughout the season. Well, at first it was kind of like other people, but they got out, so you ended up becoming my closest ally. Yeah. I really wanted to get to the end with you, but you were such an emotional wreck that I just couldn't. And also, you were such a major threat to where I'm scared that I would have lost you at the end, so I had to take you out when I had the chance to. As Your Mind's Guy. My other brother in this game. We worked together throughout season 2. Yeah. This season, we were gonna work together. You flipped on us. You grabbed a knife and you stabbed me in the back and right through my heart. At that vote right there, man. What the fuck? Anyways. You had a knife. And also, sorry about that Merely jump scare, by the way. He literally tried to attack me. You saw that. But anyways, As Your Mind's Guy. We were buddies throughout season 2. So, it truly hurt it truly hurt me just seeing that you grabbed the knife. You grabbed the knife and you stabbed me and Drift in the back. You stabbed me in the back and you twisted that knife. And that went through my heart. It hurt. It truly hurt just to see you flip on us. But it was a game, so I just kept pushing through. So I flipped back on you to take out Doge. And then we were against each other on that around the end game. But we came around to work together since we found out that because we figured out that Shed and Merely they were too emotionally unstable in this game for some reason. Well, Merely was too emotionally unstable, while with Shinlexkey, he made himself an idiot, and he made it obvious that he was gonna flip on you when he had the chance to. So we ended up making it to the end, but Prisoner won immunity, and I unfortunately lost you. It is what it is, but it sucks that it happened. Oh, you guys are actually done. Well, now that you guys are finally done, you guys can follow me, and I need you guys to take a seat over here, real quick. Yep, right here. Prisoner, you can take a seat over here. Eric, that seat's for you. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, Prisoner and Eric, you guys know this is a jury vote, so here comes the jury. Everybody who got voted off, from being first boot all the way to the latest boot. Boom, they're all here. So Prisoner and Eric, in just moments, every single one of these people will vote for one of you guys to be the winner of this season. And you guys have one last speech to try to convince them to vote for you. So, without further ado, let's begin. We'll start off with you, Eric, because you're Eric, and you start with the letter E. Alphabetical order, that's why. So, Eric, why do you think you should win this season? Well, I think... Wait, let me get this off. Well, jury. Hello? Some of you guys probably never met me throughout this season, or ever, so I'll introduce myself first of all. I'm Eric. Eric Castle. And why should you vote for me to win? That's a good question. Well, at the beginning of the game, I created an alliance of me, Merely, Defaultio, Shelexkey, Bluester. Wait, why the hell are you here? Oh, my bad. Oh, alright. We're rolling the tape. Alright, continue. Anyways, like I was saying, at the start of the game, we created an alliance. I created an alliance of me, Merely, Defaultio, Bluester Warrior, Shelexkey, and I'm trying to remember the other person. I can't remember the other guy right now. Oh yeah, Haggy, yep. Alright, so we created a 6-person alliance, which we already took over half the tribe. And at the first elimination, we were planning to eliminate 1X at that round. But Bluester Warrior flipped on us. And on top of that, on top of that, 1X spread lies to Merely about the fault you're trying to flip. So because of that, we lost the vote, and Haggy got sent home. The next round, Chicken Engineer and SWAT Cop, they decided to flip back towards us. They flipped towards us, and we were planning, and we were trying to figure out who to vote off. But Prisoner came up to me, and he's like, yo, let's go for Red Knight tonight. And we did. We eliminated Red Knight. At the swap, I had a pretty good tribe swap. I had me as your Mayans guy, Drift, Dragon Girl as allies. We also had Typical Type and Beism and Shenlexkey. So, at the next elimination, whenever we lost the challenge, we were going to plan to vote off Shenlexkey. Sorry, man. At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that, because I was working with him. But I chose to go for it. I was going to do it. But then As Your Minds guy flipped. And due to As Your Mind Sky flipping, Dragon Girl got sent home, and it was a double elimination. As Your Mind Sky flipped again, and I lost Drift. Yeah, fuck. At the final 16, we had another swap. I think I was on the losing team because I was swapped on the losing team. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We eliminated Beazum at that round. I don't remember who voted for who, but I know for a fact, me, Asking Minds Guy, Doge, Shed, and then one other dude. I think it was Mr. Bling Bling. We voted off Beazum. Going into the merge, I wasn't really in the best spot necessarily, but I tried my best. So, at the first merge round, we lost SWAT Cop. But in the second merge round, we took off 1X finally. And then at the next round, we had control, so we stuck the vote onto... We stuck the votes onto Mr. Bling Bling, but he pulled out the idol. And because of that, Stripes was idled out in the process. At the next round, I was brought into a secret alliance of Prisoner, Merely, Defaultio, and Shadow. And I was the middle guy in that alliance. I was the glue that held us together. Anyways. Yeah. We stuck with the plan to eliminate Mr. Bling Bling at Final 12. But then the next round, we were gonna eliminate Alex. But Typical Type came up to us and was like, we should go for Doge instead. So we stuck with that and we voted off Doge at 11. And everybody else was going for Alex. So at the double, we took off Alex as well. So we had the majority at Final 9. And at Final 9, we just ran the game from there on out until the Final 7. At Final 9, we came together to finally take out fake Blue Steel Warrior. And at Final 8, we came together to take out Typical Type. And then at Final 7, unfortunately, Prisoner Shadow decided to flip on us, so we lost to Defaultio. Well, at Final 6, Shadow and Prisoner were gunning for each other, and I had a decision to go for Prisoner or Shadow. I went for Prisoner because he was a challenge threat, but he pulled out the idol and took out Shadow instead, which that also benefited my game. At Final 5, Merely and Shenlexky had like a little war going on because of whatever Shenlexky yapped about or whatever. I don't care that much. So we voted off Shenlexky at 5. And then at 4, Prisoner won immunity, so we had to take off Merely. And then at Final 3, it was a double, so Prisoner just chose to eliminate As Your Mind's Guy over me. So, yeah. Why should I win? I've had a pretty good social game. I was never really targeted all that much throughout the game. Wait, give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. Anyways, why should you vote for me to win, you may ask? Well, I had a pretty good social game. I was never really targeted or in a bad spot. The first time I was in a bad spot was after the Drift vote. I was in a pretty bad spot, so I had to rely on As Your Mind's Guy and Shellisky to flip towards me just to stay alive. But luckily, I got saved by a swap, so I didn't have to worry about that. At Merge, I was in a decent spot. I was never really targeted. I'm pretty sure I was never really targeted at Merge. I think I was targeted at Merge at the final... Was it 8? I'm not sure. I know for a fact I was targeted at final 8, right? It was final 8. I can't remember much, but long story short, I had a pretty good social game to where I was never really targeted throughout the game. And I had lowered my threat level enough to where there were bigger threats out in the open. So, and then by the time we got near the end game and into the end game, I took off the threats to get to this point right here. Alright, thank you, Eric. Prisoner, why should you win? Hello. I'm Prisoner. I'll just explain my game to the best of my ability. Anyways. Why should I win? It's because at the start of the game, I had a villain alliance. Because I was a villain. I was a former villain. The alliance was me, Shadow, 1X, and Red Knight. And in the first vote, we had SWAT Cop and Chicken Engineer going with us. And 1X went off towards merely saying the fault heel was trying to flip. And because of that, and also because of fake Bluester Warrior flipping on that alliance too, we won that vote. And we voted off Haggy. At the next elimination, I knew SWAT Cop and Chicken Engineer was going to try to flip back towards them. And yeah, I knew they were going to try to flip back towards them. So I tried to make sure I wasn't the target in that round. So I went to the majority alliance. And I'm like, yo, why don't we go for Red Knight tonight? But, and because of my plan worked, we took off Red Knight. And Red Knight, the reason why I went for you that round is because, you're a good player, don't get me wrong. But 1X and Shadow, they're better players. And they were bigger shields for me come a merge. So I wanted to have bigger shields. So that's why I made sure the votes were going towards you over me or 1X or Shadow. And also, keep in mind, since Eric's alliance had the majority there, they could have voted me off right then and there. But they didn't. So that was a massive flaw towards Eric, in my opinion. Especially since they could have taken me out. And because he didn't take me off, I ended up becoming a challenge beast around merge later on. Which, I'll get to that in a little bit. Anyways, at the swap, I had a pretty bad swap. I had 1X as my only ally. And we seemed like we were going to get fucked over by the swap. But a split vote happened, and fake Bluester Warrior went towards us. And we got saved because Ice Warrior got sent home, and we also voted off Chicken Engineer at that round as well. Another swap happened, because we didn't go to elimination after the Chicken Engineer boot. So, yeah. A swap happened, and I was on the winning team, so nothing really interesting happened until the merge. At the merge, Mr. Bling Bling came up towards us and wanted to make a move to take off SWAT Cop. And because of the majority alliance having a split vote, we took out SWAT Cop. Because it was a double elimination, we tried to take out Bluester Warrior too. But we couldn't, because they had the votes to take off 1X, and Mr. Bling Bling went back on his word on saving 1X, and let 1X go, even though he had the idol to save 1X. Which, now looking back towards it, it was a good move, because Bluester Warrior also had an idol, so if he did that, he would have been idling himself out, so good on you for that, Mr. Bling Bling. At the next round, and also keep in mind, that was the first vote throughout the season that I voted incorrectly. And that's saying something, because I voted correctly the entire time throughout the pre-merge. And I went to 4 eliminations in the pre-merge. So, yeah. And Eric over here, he went to, what? How many? I think he went to like 5 eliminations. And he voted incorrectly twice. So, yeah. Anyways. Actually, no, he voted incorrectly 3 times, actually. Anyways. At the final 13, we went for Bluester Warrior. He had the idol. But Mr. Bling Bling also had the idol. So, Stripes got idled out in the process, which I had nothing to do with what happened, so I can't say anything about that. Final 12, Mr. Bling Bling got out. Mr. Bling Bling got voted off, but it was around this time where I had a secret alliance of me, merely Defaultio, And later on, we added in Shadow and Eric. And we went with the majority to take off Mr. Bling Bling. And at the next round, we were booting off Alex. But Typical Type went towards us and wanted to go for Doge. And if we went for Doge, we would have had half the majority. So we went with Typical Type. And we voted off Doge at 11. And then at Final 10, everyone was gunning for Alex. So we just stuck with the vote to go for Alex. And then at Final 9, we had the clear majority since, keep in mind, there was 5 of us in that secret alliance. And it was Final 9, so 5 equals the majority, kids. Anyways, we had the majority. And at last, we finally took off Blue Steel Warrior. It was a celebration. That was a W moment. But the ARC happened, and I ended up getting stabbed. And I could have gotten medically evacuated, but I fought through the pain, and I stayed in the season. At Final 8, we continued running the game. We took off Typical Type. At Final 7, me and Shadow, we decided to make a move because we felt like we were number 5 and 4 in that alliance. We decided to make a move to flip on that alliance, and we voted off Defaultio. Sorry, man. It's okay, dude. Anyways, at Final 6, me and Shadow went for each other. But I would have been eliminated, but I had the idol because I'm him. So I pulled out the idol, saved myself, idled out Shadow. Final 5, I was in the middle between Shed and As Your Mind's Guy and Eric and Merely. Shellicksky put a target on his back, and even when I didn't win immunity at 5, they all could have still went for me, but they didn't. So, because they went for Shellicksky, and Shellicksky went for Merely, so I ended up surviving the Final 5 round, even though I could have also been eliminated there, Eric's. So that's a massive flaw in Eric's game. Just saying. And at Final 4, I won immunity, and we took out Merely, but then I had the Final 3. I won that challenge at Final 4, and it was a double, so I had the decision to take off Eric or As Your Mind's Guy. And I wanted to go up against a worthy player, so I voted off As Your Mind's Guy. And As Your Mind's Guy, no disrespect towards you. You were a great player. You played a lot better this season than you did in Season 2. But I chose to eliminate you over Eric just because I felt like Eric was a better player. And yeah, I hope you don't take that the wrong way. So why should I win? I had a strategic game. I had a really good strategy throughout the season. I had shields. That kept me safe throughout the pre-merge and the early merge. And I was never really in a bad spot to where I was getting targeted until the Final 6, where I almost got eliminated, but I saved myself with the idol. And there were multiple times where I could have been taken out by Eric early on and even later on into the end. There was times where I could have been voted off at the very beginning of the game and even towards the end game. But Eric didn't take those chances to take me off there. So, yeah. I played a really good strategic game. And like I said, Eric didn't take the moves to take me off right at the late merge and early portions in the game. So, that shows that I had a pretty good social game as well. I was great at challenges. And yeah, that's why I should win. And yeah, may the best player win, Eric. Thank you, Prisoner and Eric. Anyways, before they vote, I'm gonna ask you guys one more question. Actually, I'm gonna ask you one more question, but they're both kind of like 2 questions, but whatever. Anyways, for you guys, what was the best and worst moves of your games? And what was your biggest strengths and your biggest weaknesses? So, we'll start off with you, Prisoner. My biggest move in this game, honestly, there was a lot of big moves I did. From voting off Red Knight early on, to being able to play part in taking off Chicken Engineer. I also took out Blue Steel Warrior, and I've had the most amount of beef with Blue Steel Warrior out of everybody that voted him off. Well, besides maybe Defaultio, but I went through more with Blue Steel Warrior than Defalchio did. Because Defalchio didn't know his true colors, while I did. But anyways, I would say my biggest move in this game was idling out Shadow. Because Shadow was such a major threat. And Shadow had a pretty good shot making it to the end. But I was able to take him out. Which I put myself, and by eliminating Shadow, I put myself in the swing vote position. In the middle at that final 5 round. So I secured myself at least final 4 with that move. My worst move in this game, I don't know. I would probably say my worst move in this game is probably winning too many challenges because I made myself a huge threat by doing that. Which that also leads me to my next point. My biggest weakness in this game was threat management. I was good at managing my threat level at first, but then going into like I want to say like around the final 12 through 8 range, I won all of those challenges. And every time I won a challenge, I kept raising my threat level even more and more to where by the time we got to final 6, I would have gone home. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to lie about that. I raised up my threat level to the point where I could have gone home at 6, but I had the idol to save myself. So, I would say that's my biggest weakness. My greatest strength is honestly my strategy game. My strategy was to have shields in case of a merge, and it worked out for me because I was never really targeted or seen as a threat until the mid-merge. So, I did something right with my strategy there, clearly. And my social game, it helped me out a lot because nobody really went for me for my social game. I wasn't playing actively bad throughout the pre-merge and early merge. Or ever throughout the game. So, yeah. What about you, Eric? Alrighty. My biggest strength... No, wait, I'm going to get to that point later. My biggest move... I've had a decent amount of big moves. But out of the big moves that I've done, I have to say my big move in this game was voting off Merely. Merely, he was a pretty big jury threat, I honestly. Like, be real. Like, who would have voted for Merely? Me. Exactly. But anyways, Merely was a jury threat, was a huge jury threat throughout the game. So, I knew at Final 4, and since Prisoner won immunity at 4, I knew for a fact that Merely was the next biggest threat on the board. So, and that could have been the last time I could have taken off Merely if I didn't take him off there. So, I chose to gamble, and I took off Merely. And it worked out in the end because I got myself to the end. My biggest weakness... I don't know, man. I have some weaknesses. I know that. I wasn't really the best at challenges. But my biggest weakness, I have to say, is being way too loyal for my own good. There was times where I decided to stay loyal to my group, even though there's flippers in that group. And there was times where, because I did that, it ended up biting me in the ass. But luckily, it wasn't that hard of a bite to where it took me out. And yeah, that's my biggest weakness. And for my worst move, I don't fucking know. I guess trying to flip on Shellick Ski, just to go with Drift, Dragon Girl, and As Your Mind's Guy, which failed badly for me because I lost all of those options that I wanted to work with at that vote. So I almost fucked myself over right there. And my biggest strength in this game is my social game. Despite times where I kind of screw myself over, I've had a decent enough social game to where I'm not the one that's getting targeted. Because I rarely got voted for. I think there's only one elimination where I got votes in, but that's about it. So that's why I think I should win. And yeah. And one more thing, at least with there was times where I kind of screwed. There was times where I kind of screwed up with my game. But to be fair, at least I was able to manage my threat level decently enough to where I didn't have to rely on challenges and idols to stay in the game like Prisoner did. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Alrighty then. Thank you, Eric and Jury. You guys can officially start voting for a winner. We'll start off with you, Todd. Well, you guys are really good players. You guys both played very different games. But I like heroes more than villains. Prisoner, you weren't necessarily a villain, but you were definitely not a hero, so. And even then, I feel like he had the better game overall, so I'm going to vote for Eric. Alright, next up is Haggy. Is this even a question? I'm voting for my best friend, for crying out loud. Alrighty, Red Knight. Prisoner, even though you kind of betrayed me, unfortunately, I gotta admit, it was a pretty good move on your part, and it definitely benefited you in the long run, and in the short term as well. So, good job on that. You earned my respect, and I vote for you. Ice Warrior. My ice sword. I don't really care. You guys are boring to me. Yeah, I vote Eric because you're Eric. Ow, that hurt. That's 3 votes Eric, 1 vote Prisoner. Chicken Engineer, you're next. Well, you guys were pretty good, but if I have to vote for somebody, I feel like Prisoner played the better game, man. I'm voting Prisoner here. Alrighty, we got Dragon Girl. I gotta vote for Eric, honestly. Eric is a friend of Drift, so I'm gonna do it. Drift? Prisoner, you were a good player. Don't get me wrong. But I just genuinely feel like Eric played a better game. And also, I have better connections with them. I have good connections with them outside of the game, so I hope you can understand. Yeah, that's understandable. 5 votes Eric, 2 votes Prisoner. Alright, next up is Core Black's Mage. Honestly, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Can I vote later? No, you have to vote. I don't know. But if I have to vote, I'm going to have to go Eric since I was never on the same team with either of you guys. But I've had connection with Eric after Season 2. But at the same time, I feel like you played better. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll just stick with Eric for now. Alright, 6 votes Eric. And also, you need 11 votes to win. Next up, Beism. Is that even a question? Eric. 7 votes Eric, 2 votes Prisoner. Swaka. Well, I respect both of your games, but I feel like Prisoner deserves it more. So, Prisoner, you get my vote. 1x. Well, I like villains to win. And we've never had a villain winner. So I feel like for once, we should have an antagonist to win a season. So I vote Prisoner. Stripes. You guys are both great players. But I feel like I'm going to vote for Prisoner since Prisoner was more socially aware in the game. In my opinion, than Eric. Even though you both had really good social games. So, I vote Prisoner. Mr. Bling Bling. Mr. Bling Bling, will vote for Prisoner. We have 7 votes for Eric, and then 6 for Prisoner. And next up is Doge. You guys are both good players, but I've had more connections with Eric, honestly, and he had a pretty good social game, so... And I respect social game the most. So, I vote Eric, honestly. Alex? Well, I'm mad. I'm kind of pissed that you voted me off at Final 10, but at the same time, you did save me for one more round, so I gotta thank you for that. So, I vote for you. Alrighty. Typical type. I don't know who to vote. You guys are both great players, in my opinion. But in my honest opinion, I just feel like Prisoner played a much better game. I'm sorry, Eric. It's okay, dude. So, we got 8 votes for each, with 5 votes left. Alrighty. Who was next? It was Defaultio. Defaultio's next. You guys are both great players. I've known you guys. I've known both of you guys throughout the season. But quite honestly, I don't know. I want to vote for you, but I think I might vote for you too. Since you also knew about Blue Steel Warrior whenever nobody else did. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. I vote Prisoner. Alrighty. Prisoner has 9. And Eric has 8. Shadow. Is that even a question? I vote Prisoner to win. And also, we're going to get the obvious votes out of the way. So, I'm going to vote for Eric. Even though I'm kind of bitter that you voted me off at Final 4, it makes sense. So, I vote for you. And even though Prisoner, you played a good game, Eric, you're my buddy. And I'm sorry for what I did. And if it truly hurts you to the point, if it truly hurts you what I did to you and Drift, I'm sorry. So I vote for you. So anyways, 10 votes for Prisoner, 10 votes for Eric. And it comes down to Shed Let's E. Let me think about this. Well, you were my alliance member, but at the same time, actually, we never really worked together that much. Well, at the same time, we worked together to take out Defaultio, and I feel like you played a better game. So do I really want to respect gameplay or who I worked with more? I don't know. I think, in my honest opinion, I respect the gameplay more. And I feel like Prisoner played the better gameplay. I'm sorry, Eric, but I vote Prisoner to win. And with 11 votes to 10, Prisoner wins Total Roblox All-Stars. There's no way. I actually won? Let's go. Dang it, I couldn't win. GG's, man. You've earned my respect, and I would have been happy with you winning. Yep. GG's, man. You were cool too. Well, Eric, it's time for you to take the drop of shame for the final time of this season. And the final time ever in this series. Because after this episode, it's probably going to be no more unless I choose to do it again. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, Eric, let's take the drop of shame for one last time. Eric, what a wild roller coaster. There was times where you've been an early boot. There's times where you've made it far. And this season, you've made it the furthest you've ever done in your career. 2nd place. You've played very well, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to secure the win on this All-Star season and probably the final season ever. Eric, any final words? It's devastating that I lost. I feel like I let Haggy down. And I let my friends down. But hey, and my family. But hey, I played my best. And I'm proud for how well I did. And yeah. Prisoner, congratulations. You deserve this win a lot more than me. Because you beat me in the jury vote. So yeah, congratulations. And it's time for me to head out. So, goodbye. And there goes Eric. Guys, I'm sorry that I let you down. You didn't let yourself down, Eric. I'm proud how well you did. I was 2nd boot. You made it to 2nd place. Congrats, dude. You've earned it. You were good. And even though you didn't win, you're a true winner in my heart. Yeah, I agree, dude. Even though you didn't win, you're a winner for us. Yup. You won for us and our our alliance with us and Cardboard Robot, even though you didn't actually win. You're a true winner in my heart, dude. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Anyways, without further ado, Prisoner, go ahead and claim your 1 million Robux. Oh, yeah. Woo, 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 BP. What? Shut up. It's time for me to see my hard work. There it is. The 1 million Robux. It's right here. Congrats, dude. Yeah, thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. So, Prisoner, what are you gonna do with the 1 million Robux? Honestly, you know what? You guys were great people. You guys were such great people that I've hanged out with throughout this season of All-Stars. So, why don't us 23, Real Blue Steel Warrior, and even you too, Bowtie, why don't we split this money? Why don't we split this money? Because I feel like we all deserved it. Because we were able to create something beautiful for the viewers. Especially the viewers who's been watching for over 4 years. Actually, not even 4 years. 5 years, actually. We first did this in 2018. In late 2018. And now, it's late 2023. And ironically enough, we started around November of 2018. And now we're going to end this once and for all in November of 2023. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. And honestly, who cares about the money? We should all have the money we should all have the money equally, because we created something beautiful that we haven't done in years. This is the first season in RT history that we've done in a year and a half, or maybe even 2 years. We should be proud of ourselves, because we actually brought it back for one more season. Yeah, you're right. So why don't we take this money and we celebrate it? Yeah, you're right. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Thank you guys so much for watching this series of Total Roblox All-Stars. I first started doing this around November of 2018. I was such a stupid 10-year-old kid at the time. And now I'm 15 years old. I stopped doing this whenever I was like 13 or 14. I'm not sure when. I know I stopped around 2021. So, yeah. Yeah, so like 13 years old that I stopped doing this. And then after the last season that I did, I was done. I didn't want to do it again. I just felt burnt out, and I wasn't happy to do this anymore. So I stopped for basically 2 years. Until like recently, I was talking to Koopa about stuff that we did in the past, where I used to do RTE, and Koopa used to do Total Plush Island, or Plush Island or something. I don't remember the name, but it was like Total Plush Island. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, Koopa. In YouTube or on Discord. But anyways, we've talked about that, and yeah, and then we were talking about that, and then I went to bed one night, and then while I was trying to go to bed, I've missed all the stuff I've done in the past. A lot of people I've met at that time, which unfortunately I am no longer in touch with them, or I rarely talk to. And after that, I chose that I'm gonna do this for one last time. End off correctly, because I feel like I didn't end off the right way with the last season that I did. So, I did. And I wanted to do an all-star cast. And I chose Total Roblox Island just because it felt like the most memorable thing that I've done in the old channel, and the Chicken Doge channel, where I used to have all these videos, until I privated all those videos. yeah. So I've thought about a cast of 24 because I wanted to make this a huge and big cast and end off the right way. And I feel like I ended off the right way. And I'm happy with the result of the season. I'm happy with the boot order. So, yeah, this is it. There's going to be no more seasons after this unless I choose to do another season. Which, even then, I don't think that's going to happen. So, I thank you guys so much for your time. Whether if you were somebody who started watching this season, sandwich, or somebody who's been watching me since the beginning of all this, like Koopa or Mats. So, for one last time, thank you guys for watching, and this is it. I might do one more video, which is the boot order of this season, but besides that, nothing else is gonna come out of this channel, unless I choose to do another season. So, I thank you guys so much for watching this, and it's been a blast. Peace out.